accurate local forecast starts now with meteorologist Brett Thackeray.
Morning, everybody. Not a bad place to be out here in the pool on a muggy Friday morning. Yes, I'm here surrounded by all of our floaties, and we're going to get to all of these as we go throughout the morning here. But it is Friday. It is the weekend, so let's get started. We had some fog yesterday morning, and it's back today in spots. We're going to start in Lancaster. You can see some fog in the distance here on our Lancaster tower camera, and the visibility is likely going to be low in select spots, and we'll show you those coming up. You can see that fog there behind some of the buildings. It's only a half mile, the visibility that is in Lancaster, and less than a mile up in Reedsville. The fog maybe not as expansive as yesterday, which is not a bad thing. But here's the Doppler radar. It's quiet for now. Storms really waned overnight. But boy, did we have the rain in spots yesterday, and it wasn't everywhere. Let's show you the accumulated rainfall. You can see how splotchy it was. You want to talk about hit or miss storms? You want to talk about, again, what we mean by feast or famine? This is it, because several areas yesterday saw no rain, and you can see the region that did get it. It was on the West Shore and areas in northern York County. Some spots there getting over 2 inches of rain, really between 2 and 3 inches of rain, from Carlisle to Dillsburg, right up along Route 15. I was watching Dan Tomaso last night describing that cell as it moved over that area. They were under a flash flood warning for a time, and that is really the main severe weather threat again today, isolated flash flooding. This morning we're quiet. There's a few clouds hanging around, but again, other than the fog, we should see more sunshine today, but that's just going to bubble up more of these storms. Temperatures are starting in the 70s. York is in the upper 60s. Dew points are in the 70s as well. This air mass is gross. There's no other way to put it. It just feels like a dank, musty cave. You know, that's what this feels like outside. 88 yesterday was the high. I told you we wouldn't hit 90, despite what Precision Cast said, and I think the same can be held true through the weekend. Upper 80s is probably our upper limit, and you can see the airport not getting much rain at all yesterday, less than 1/10 of an inch. There's some fog. You can see it in Ephrata this morning as we show you our tower camera there. Highs today, again, in the upper 80s. Again, it's going to be humid with high dew points, and the reason for that continues to be this Bermuda high. So the pattern is really going to be unrelenting. It doesn't really give up through the next week or so, stuck in this muck, this Gulf juice, this humidity. That's going to help to fuel storms for us. Now, again, the storms are not going to be expansive. And I think it's only going to be isolated areas that have to be concerned about flooding because of the drought. This is going to be mainly healthy rain, but if you do have evening plans, I'm going to try to sneak a round of golf in this afternoon before these storms develop. Just be aware they're going to be around, and they do contain heavy rain as we move into the afternoon and evening. So here they go. You can see after lunch they start to fire up, and I think by around 4 or 5 o'clock they will be around, if not earlier in spots. So keep that in mind as the sun sets, the activity wanes. Tomorrow, yeah, there's going to be some activity, but you'll notice it's not quite as expansive. That's why tomorrow I favor just mentioning a stray pop-up storm, and the same thing on Sunday. Sunday may be a day, by the way, that we escape the storm threat and we actually end up staying dry for most of the afternoon, which would be good. When you look at Precision Cast, again, this does not really tell the story all that well. Now, what it does say is, you know, through the weekend here, it does show some spots could get 1 to 2 inches of rain. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened yesterday, right? The areas we highlighted there over in Cumberland and York counties got over 2 inches of rain. Everybody else got missed. So again, this model has the same idea. These convective rains come through. Somebody's going to get a feast, and somebody's not going to get much of anything. Highs today will be in the upper 80s. Lows tonight, again, gross in the 70s. It's going to be very muggy as we look ahead to the day on Saturday. Highs will be, again, I think in the upper 80s. Precision Cast has been going too warm the next day, and it will adjust itself. As we look ahead, the extended outlook continues to show this same pattern over and over again through next week. Sunday and Monday may be 2 days where the storm threat is lower, but as you can see, even into the middle part of next week, we have storms nearly every day until finally we hope to sweep some of this humidity out by Friday of next week. But notice here again, Sunday and Monday, we can see the atmospheric moisture does go down at least a little bit, but it comes back for the middle part of next week, and it even ramps up again. This suggests by next Saturday perhaps, but then by the second half of next weekend, we finally get some drying, and it does look cooler here for the middle part of the month. Notice by next weekend, temperatures will be in the low 80s. We start to lose some of the humidity too, but until then, check this out. Dew points are going to remain pretty much in the 70s. It's not until late next week that we start to see those dew points getting cut down. So 88 today, scattered downpours and thunderstorms again this afternoon and this evening. A muggy night with mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 70s. And I will tell you, when we look at the 7-day, that stuck in the muck is very appropriate here over the next 7 days. Temperatures not all that warm, but it is going to be humid with that daily storm threat. Well, it's Friday. That means it's time to look ahead at this week's weather wagers. Dan and I talk about the Phillies trade deadline. He makes a pretty strong hot take against the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've got a football preview, too, for the SEC, and so much more we talk about. Here's a preview of this week's weather wagers.
Brett, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are the Dodgers at or above 500 in the month of July? Do you know the answer to that?
I think they are below 500.
They're going through their worst stretch of the season. So part of that's because their pitching's letting them down. Part of it is, I just think, again, in baseball, it's very hard to go pole to pole despite whatever talent you might have. And by the way, the Dodgers are getting older. They have some injury concerns with Shohei Ohtani. So before everyone wants to jump off a bridge, it is very, very likely that the Dodgers are not the World Series champion this year. Well, there are other teams that are just as talented, including our own Philadelphia Phillies, that could give them everything they want and more.
They just got Scooble. They know what it's like to be a part of a championship team.
Sure.
You may eat those words. But ring, 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 ring. I hear the phone ringing. Who's on the other side of it?
Is it a good friend of ours?
It's Dave Dombrowski.
There he is. Hi, Dave. There's
okay.
The best GM in baseball. The best GM in baseball.
I don't think everybody agrees with that.
That's a shame. They really should learn to appreciate it.
Well, do your little dance again.
Okay, I'll come up on camera. The best GM in baseball. The best GM in baseball. He's going to the Hall of Fame, folks. I hate to tell you.
Well, maybe for the work he did with other teams.
Is available on the ABC 27 Plus app, and you can listen wherever you get your podcast. The Phillies have come back, and they are winning in August so far. They just won 3 out of 4 from the Nationals, so we'll see. Hopefully they can make some hay here this month, and you can, again, listen to Weather Wagers as you go about your weekend plans, and we certainly hope you do. We've got more Daybreak coming up next. Stay with us.